What if I told you that a group of warrior monks once held the power of kings, the wealth of nations, and secrets the church dared not speak aloud? They were praised as holy protectors, feared as unstoppable soldiers, and whispered about as keepers of dark knowledge. But one day they vanished. This is not legend. This is a true, untold history of the Knights Templar, and what really led to their mysterious fall. Let's go back to the 12th century. Jerusalem had just been captured by Christian crusaders. Pilgrims were flooding into the Holy Land, but the roads were dangerous, filled with thieves and enemies. In 1119, a small group of knights vowed to protect these pilgrims. They lived in poverty, followed strict religious vows, and called themselves the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ in the Temple of Solomon, or simply the Knights Templar. At first, they were just 9 men, but their courage and mystery spread quickly. They were given headquarters on the Temple Mount, believed to be the ruins of Solomon's Temple. That location sparked legends that would follow them forever, rumors of buried relics, sacred scrolls, and even the Holy Grail. The church blessed them. The Pope granted them special privileges. They answered to no king, no bishop, only the Pope himself. They could travel across borders freely, collect donations, and keep all spoils of war. In a few short decades, the Templars grew into a massive organization of warrior monks spread across Europe and the Middle East. But here's what most people don't realize. They weren't just fighters, they were bankers. They developed one of the world's earliest banking systems. Pilgrims could deposit money in one country and withdraw in another, like an ancient ATM. Nations borrowed money from the Templars. Kings were indebted to them. They built fortresses, amassed land, trained armies, and became one of the most powerful institutions in Europe. But power makes enemies. Fast forward to the early 1300s. The Crusades were failing. The Holy Land was lost. The Templars, rich and independent, had no more wars to fight, but plenty of gold, land, and influence. That made them dangerous. Enter King Philip IV of France. He owed the Templars a fortune. He also feared their power, so he made a brutal move. On Friday the 13th, 1307, he ordered the mass arrest of all Templars in France. They were accused of heresy, blasphemy, and unspeakable crimes, many likely false. Under torture, confessions were extracted. The Pope, pressured and cornered, disbanded the entire order in 1312. Their last Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burned alive, but before his execution, he cursed both the Pope and the King, saying they'd die within the year. And they did. From that moment on, the Knights Templar were officially gone, but their legend had only just begun. Were they guardians of Christian pilgrims, or secret keepers of lost knowledge? Perhaps even something the church wanted buried? Did they really discover sacred relics beneath Solomon's temple? Or were they simply victims of political jealousy and greed? We may never know for sure. But one thing is certain. The Templars didn't vanish quietly. They left behind a trail of mystery, inspiration, and speculation that has lasted for 700 years. Their symbols show up in architecture, currency, even secret societies. And their story continues to captivate, because it asks a question that history can't fully answer. What did the Templars know that was worth destroying them for? If you felt the pull of this mystery, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Secrets Beyond Time, where lost orders, forbidden knowledge, and ancient truths come back to life. And tell me in the comments, do you believe the Templars were hiding something the world still isn't ready to see? Because sometimes the silence of history speaks louder than anything.